I've now come to the Philippines for the very first time. In this video, we are going to explore the city. I'm going to show you the main attractions. We had a typhoon. I think it's going to get better today. When I arrived here, it was pouring rain. Okay, so this is the bedroom. Too close. I need a different lens for this camera because it's always so close. I have a really nice view actually, even though you can really hear the cars all the time. Got a little desk and a little chair. It's really cute. And then here we got a separate room. We got like a living room space area, some nice paintings on the walls. I bought this water because the tap water in the Philippines is questionable. Like, then there's the kitchen, so you got and a fridge where I have a little bit of food in there and a TV and everything. What I really like is the cute little details, like the decorations they have left and right. And what I also really like is that they have here and also in that room a couple of books, and actually really, really good ones. I started like to skim through all of the books, and I was considering to read a little bit more anyway lately, and this might have been like a sign of the universe for me to finally do that. Hey, we made it to the Gala food park. It's a Japanese food theme park.
I always wanted to visit Manila, but I went there without knowing what would expect me. Looking up cafes or cool places to eat, I found Gala Food Park, a Japanese-themed food park that looks like it's out of a Ghibli movie.
It took me like 5 years to decide what I want to eat because it's not opening at 10 a.m. It's opening at 11 a.m. So I had to wait 40 minutes. And then when you go in, they slowly start to open everything. So you can't really actually use all the shop. You can rent a yukata. You can do one or two other things. You can, take photos. Obviously, they have a rooftop. I got the Hakata Tonkotsu ramen. I had Hakata ramen before, but with a different sauce. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like this or... It wasn't that hard to walk here. I'm now in somewhere in front of the entrance of the Mall of Asia. So not super exciting culturally or from a historic standpoint, but it's a huge shopping mall.
The SM Mall in Manila is one of the largest in Asia. It opened in 2006 and includes an IMAX theater, an arena and a seaside boulevard. Inside the mall you can go ice skating. As many other Asian countries, Manila had a lot of Japanese stores as well. It's a representative of Manila's consumer culture, which is one of the reasons why Manila is actually not a great city for sightseeing.
They have several buildings. They have about 3 or 4 floors. It's like, I feel like 90% clothes. So, but they have, for example, in this building behind, they have only electronic stores and there's a wellness space. So it's nearly 4 p.m. and I thought about taking a coffee break. Mary Grace Cafe. Don't know if you can tell in the video, but this is a huge compared to what I'm used to from Tokyo. The mango on top is frozen. The menu said it was their most popular cake for the summer. I understand that. I graduated from the mall. It's not a nice area to take a walk, but I'm going to go to the amusement park and see how that area looks like. I can already see the Ferris wheel from here.
I really loved the atmosphere around the Baywalk behind the mall. The food stalls, the little cafes and restaurants, and also the street cats, of which Manila has quite a few.
Maybe not crazy exciting, but definitely good for taking a walk.
I mainly took grab car in Manila as it was easy. It was raining a lot, so I preferred not to have to walk to the next train station.
We are at Rizal Park. This was an important public open space during the Spanish colonial rule. They used it for military parades, but also executions. He's filming. Yeah. Look at that, I'm not the only one. I just walked past the Chinese garden. There are a couple of monuments that they have built here. Also, there are a couple of guides running around. If you want to try to find a last-minute guide here, no problem. And there was a cafe. Another FYI, if you're coming here, you want to bring tissues or your own toilet paper.
Rizal Park was nice to explore and had more to offer than I had expected. It's the site of José Rizal's execution in 1896, sparking the Philippine Revolution, which ended the Spanish rule in the Philippines.
So here behind me is the National Museum of Anthropology, and here on the other side behind me is the National Museum of Natural History. So these two are directly inside the park. We are going to the National Museum of Fine Arts. I don't know how big they are, so I just go to one randomly, see what happens.
The National Museum was one of my highlights in Manila. It was founded in 1901 under American colonial rule as an institution. If you like museums, you should also visit the other two. I went to the National Museum of Fine Arts, which became a museum in 1998 and houses some of the most important works of Philippine art, which give a good overview of Philippine history and identity.
We are officially in Intramuros. It's like 10 minutes from the park, and it is a walled city built by the Spanish during the Spanish colonial rule. So here are a lot of buildings, churches, a cathedral, and so on that were built by the Spanish. A lot of it was destroyed during the Second World War, and it's maybe the place that you want to go to as a tourist in Manila.
From the museum, it was a quick walk to Intramuros, a walled city built by the Spanish. It served as the administrative, political, and religious center of Spanish rule, but much of it was destroyed during World War II, especially during the Battle of Manila in 1945.
Came to this very regular cafe because I was hungry. What I noticed is that it might be better even to pay a lot with credit card here. I went to a lot of places already where they couldn't exchange my money. I got a truffle pasta and I got a something lychee tea. They have a lot of teas here in other Asian countries, and it's like a normal tea sweetened with lychee syrup. On my way to my first two destinations, the first one is the St. Agustin Church, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It survived the Second World War, more or less, and it's the oldest stone church in the Philippines. And the second is Casa Manila, which is also directly next to it.
St. Agustin Church was completed in 1607 and is the oldest stone church in the Philippines. It survived several earthquakes and World War II, and it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site that houses a rich collection of colonial-era religious art.
If you're coming to the church, it might be worth it also to take a look at the museum. The church itself is just like this space here, so there is not too much else to see, I think. So it's kind of worth it. So, off to the next place, Casa Manila.
Casa Manila is a museum that recreates what an upper-class Filipino-Spanish home looked like in the 19th century. It was built in the 1980s, but modeled after actual Spanish-era houses during the Spanish rule.
It wasn't on my list originally. I saw it somewhere before I came here today, and I thought, I kind of have to go. Really beautiful, really nice. And inside this building are lots of restaurants and cafes, so I would not have needed to look for a different place before I came here. I made it to Manila Cathedral, which is the main Catholic church in Manila. It's the seat of the Archbishop. It was built in 1581. It was several times destroyed by earthquakes and whatnot. Let's go inside. Here's a little park, lots of tourists here.
My next stop was the cathedral, which was built by the Spanish to serve as the main Catholic church in Manila. It was the seat of the Archbishop of Manila. It was built in 1581 but rebuilt multiple times due to earthquakes and wars. Its current structure was completed in 1958.
Our next stop is Fort Santiago. You can only pay with cash here. It's 75 pesos. Currently not all parts of the area are accessible. I think this is due to the typhoon that we had, due to the weather.
Fort Santiago was built in the late 16th century as part of Intramuros defenses. It was used as a military base by the Spanish, American and Japanese forces. Before his execution in 1896, José Rizal was imprisoned at Fort Santiago.
José Rizal was kept here, prisoner before his execution. And if I were mosquitoes, I got bitten a lot by mosquitoes.
My first stop on my third day was Quiapo Church, being officially the minor basilica of the Black Nazarene, a life-size duck-skin statue of Jesus Christ carrying the cross. This statue was carved in Mexico in the late 16th century and brought to the Philippines in 1606, and it is believed to be miraculous.
This is a Christian country, by the way, so they have a lot of churches everywhere. This is also a basilica, so it has like a special. We're also going to go to Chinatown today, which is the oldest Chinatown in the world and was like established in 1500 something. Here are lots of people walking through with their cameras. So I feel a little bit better actually taking out my camera here. It might be a group, might be some kind of meetup or something. This is the main shopping street. We're going from the backside because we're coming from the church. Actually, the main entrance is somewhere else. We're going there later.
One area you shouldn't miss in Manila is Chinatown. It was established in 1594 and it is the oldest Chinatown in the world. Originally, it was created by the Spanish to settle Chinese immigrants. Today it is a vibrant hub, it features different temples, and it is obviously famous for its food culture.
You can walk through the main shopping street maybe in like 20 minutes or so. The fried bun that I just had at this one shop, amazing. Can highly recommend that place. Apart from that, you also got a Chinatown museum here. I will get a coffee somewhere probably, and then I will try and take a look at the museum that they have here. And also a closer look at the basilica here.
During my time in Manila, I went to about 4 different shopping malls, of which I didn't include all in this video. Lucky Chinatown Mall was quite nice. It can be easily combined with a visit to Chinatown, and it houses the Chinatown Museum, which was interesting as well. It features a little bit more than just fashion stores, which is why I liked it a bit better than the other malls.
I walked around a little bit trying to find a food street, and there was none, even though Google Maps told me otherwise. So I came here, but it's a nice mall and they have a lot of shops here and restaurants, so I decided to get lunch here.
The Chinatown Museum was quite nice, but not incredibly informative. Maybe it was just my impression, but I felt that it was lacking explanations and informations. It felt a bit random, but it was still nice to look at and a good addition to my visit to Chinatown as well.
This was my last full sightseeing day for me in Manila. My last thing that I did is I got these, which is kind of the Filipino donut version. I don't know. It's like a donut thing in Chinatown at the market. For me, it's like, okay, so I have seen now a couple of cities, countries all around the world. Manila is not on my I definitely need to come back here list. Philippines, maybe, yeah. So I heard also people say that if you're coming to the Philippines, you do not need to spend a lot of time in Manila. I understand now why. I still hope it helps you if you're coming here to Manila. Really tried hard to find as many places as possible to, I don't know, enjoy my time here as much as I could. Also, the weather today is finally better. We had a typhoon and a couple of days the weather was just not good at all. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you then in the next video. Bye bye.